Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here, and welcome again to another statue collector chat. And in today's video, I want to discuss something that I have discussed in the past, but of course, things change, things evolve. There's always a new perspective of things based on new information. And I want to go back and discuss it again. And in this case, it's in reference to this dilemma that a lot of collectors are having with polystone versus silicone. Of course, we have two different companies. There are different companies doing things, but there are two companies that I want to use as reference here because they're pushing the envelope in two different directions. We have in one side JND, which recently had a big home run with the guts from Berserk, a 1/3 Hyperreal statue that sold out in matter of seconds in Korea and matter of minutes around the world. They have an ES of 299 pieces for that. It sold out pretty quick. Of course, Berserk is a very popular franchise around the world. So there was no doubt in my mind that they will be able to match the numbers. The piece looks amazing. Detail is great. And of course, opening the door for more things that they're gonna do in the future with this franchise. They're talking about doing a diorama, 1/6 scale diorama for next year, but also they wanna move into the action figures. JND has some backlash. Some people haven't really been fans of some of the likeness in the end with production pieces, but for the most part, people are satisfied and the prototypes always look amazing. On the other side, we have Prime1 Studio, which they recently announced the new Real Elite Masterline, which is an improvement on the stuff they do with polystone. Supposedly they have new technology. They're gonna be able to match the quality better than they have ever done before. Of course, it's a reflection of the technology on the printing side. Printers are getting better and better, and they're able to bring with technology more detail into the pieces digitally, but also same thing that happens on the prototype, bring it into the production piece. So we're gonna see more detail, and of course that requires also more work. The companies are really they're showcasing the future of statue collecting. The reality is that we are getting pieces that are more realistic than ever before, but people are definitely in some way divided, and I would say mostly older collectors prefer polystone because of experience. I count myself on that because I have known polystone for the longest, but silicone is bringing a proposition that is very interesting, but also comes with limitations, at least for now, as far as we know. It's not a material that has been tested truly in a way that we can say, oh yeah, it's gonna last for a long time. We know that it could last up to 20 years, but in some cases, some people have had collectibles that are made out of this silicone or certain silicone materials, and they haven't last, or they already having some issues. Some collectors have mentioned that in the past, even on this channel. Now, it's important to put things in perspective. The technology is constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. There's a lot of unknowns, a lot of questions that we do not have the answers fully yet. Yes, polystone, it's a material that has been proven, but it's not a perfect material all around. Ultimately, you can create a nice prototype, but a factory has to be able to match it up. And that is where a lot of the times problems arise. Yes, prototypes, whether it's polystone, PVZ, or any other material, or in this case, silicone, they look amazing. It's the final product that really matters. I would say Prime1 Studio has proven more than other companies. It's a safe bet for a lot of collectors to go on the Prime1 route. Now, JND has had issues in the past. People have complained about likeness, particularly with the portraits. And for the price tags that are very comparable on both sides, people want to have more realistic feel. They want to know that when they're buying something, it's going to have 100% likeness. But whether it's one company or the other, you're still never gonna get the 100%. You're not gonna get the same as the prototype. That is just the way it is. It's going to be, the quality is going to be reduced a bit, sometimes just by a little fraction. You may not even notice the difference, but there's always gonna be a small difference. Now, it's really good to see where the industry is going. And of course, that is also pushing the price tag. You're talking about over almost $3,000 either way, whether you want fully sculpted pieces or whether you want a silicone piece, you're still gonna pay a premium for the quality of these pieces. However, it's very interesting to see where this is going. And at the end of the day, it's a decision that you have to make. What do you prefer? Are you willing to put the money on something that could last a long time or could last just a few years and you can see the deterioration at some point? That's something that could happen with silicone. Regardless of how beautiful it looks, nothing lasts forever. The same thing with polystone. Pieces can crack. They can break apart, they can have bubbles. Sometimes polystone is not cured properly, and sometimes you're gonna see the effects on some of that texture in the pieces. There are a lot of things that can go wrong. I think in the end, it's left to you to decide which is best for you. Are you willing to make a bet with silicone for the next 20 years, if that's as long as this is going to take for a piece to last? Or it may just break down before that, or you're willing to go for something that is safer. At the end of the day, it's just a choice that collectors have to make on their own. For me, as a person that's been in this hobby for a long time, I would say that I prefer fully sculpted pieces, but I am not putting down what silicone can do. However, going back to it, silicone could last for a certain amount of years, but could not just get to that year that has been promised. It could not even last 5 years. Who knows? You can see deterioration, and that happens naturally without just doing much. You don't have to do much. Materials, they just fall apart eventually for a lot of reasons. The physics, the weather, temperature, humidity, so many things, so many factors to count on. But what is your opinion, my friends? What do you think about this? I know these companies are doing amazing work, but still, there's a lot of unknowns, and for the price tag, you have to be very careful what you put your money on. Only time can tell. But what is your favorite? Are you a fan of JND? What is your experience with JND products? What are your experience with Prime1 Studio products? Are you excited for the new Real Elite Masterline? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button to remind you of the next video. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The links are in the description. And please consider supporting the channel financially through Patreon. My friends, God bless. Take care. I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.